Captain America Winter Soldier, or as it's known in Russia, the First Avenger, Another War. That doesn't even make sense. This movie was not what I was expecting at all, but in a good way. I was expecting kind of like another Thor movie, a story that's fun, but that has little to no real effect on the overall cinematic universe that Marvel has. Well, boy was I ever wrong. But it seems that Marvel has seen the need to get smarter in their scripts, because let's be honest, as far as the majority of the standalone movies have gone previously, they were fun, but dumb. The dumbness hitting a peak with Iron Man 3, where not only did it contradict the pre-established universe, but it actually threw a spanner in the works of future movies and was actually a step backwards for the character. And as well as being kinda dumb plots, the standalone movies generally failed at making any significant changes to the larger universe, while they were still very entertaining and enjoyable in and of themselves. But Captain America Winter Soldier is a movie that is totally aware of these issues and totally succeeds in rectifying them. And it's good also to see that they toned down some of the humor a little bit in order to keep focused on telling a good story, as the humor was starting to get a little bit out of place and a little bit awkward at times, as was seen in Thor: The Dark World. But this movie made me a Captain America fan, who is a character that previously I was just meh about, but now I think he's my favorite character of all, maybe even more so than Superman. And that's because it's so refreshing to see a superhero actually being a superhero again. For so long, Hollywood has been doing the whole dark, gritty anti-hero thing so much that the idea of a classic hero has been actively mocked in many movies and called outdated. We'd all gotten so used to our Batmans and our Wolverines that we had forgotten what the true heart of a hero is all about. Hollywood had even taken this to the point of turning anti-hero characters that clearly are not supposed to be anti-heroes. That's why I loved Captain America in this movie so much. There were several moments where I found myself just nodding at the movie and thinking, yes, that is what a hero should be like. So that's why in my books, Captain is like the new Superman now, because he has the heart, he has the soul, he has the spirit that Superman should have. Perhaps one day we will see Superman reclaim that role for himself. I mean, it could happen sooner or it could happen much, much later. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But I was glad to see that the movie realized that it's okay to actually slow things down a little bit. Like, we don't need to have plot twists every 5 seconds or millions of subplots going on to hold our attention. We're totally fine with a story just having a scene of two people having a real heartfelt conversation. Are you paying attention, guys? It's okay to slow down a bit. However, on the other hand, the action scenes themselves were, as many reviewers have already said, really awesome. Balance, guys. Balance. That's the name of the game. And much to my relief, there was minimal to no shaky cam in the fight scenes. Thank you, Marvel. Thank you. Now, some people have questioned as to why the movie is called Winter Soldier when that character is kind of pushed into the background for a big chunk of the movie. Well, I think the reason that the movie has his name in the title is because his character kind of stands as a symbol for what Captain America would be if he were to just blindly follow the orders of his superiors without question. I mean, sure, he wouldn't have like a robot arm or anything, but he would become just like a mindless drone, killing people that he's told to kill without any thought as to whether it's right or not. And that's really what the whole message of the movie is. In this morally confusing grey area of modern life, how can a person carve out and maintain their own personal moral code? Is our conscience even formed from our own thinking, or are our standards of right and wrong being subtly moulded by the powers that be? The Winter Soldier really encapsulates that struggle, which sums up the whole movie's theme. So I think that's why they have the character's name in the title, even though he's not the primary opponent in the movie. Clearly, this movie is a game changer for Marvel. Yes, as Iron Man 3 was a step backward for the franchise, and Thor 2 was kind of just treading water, Captain America 2 is 3 steps forward. This is why the competition between Warner Brothers and Marvel is a good thing, because it forces both companies to lift their game, and we all win out of that. But I think that now that Robert Downey Jr. is going to be taking a little bit less of a role in the MCU, I think they're now looking for a new frontman, someone who'll be front and center in the posters and the most popular, the big draw card for the audience. And if this movie can resonate with non-comic book fans as much as it clearly has with comic fans, then I think Captain America will become a household name after this movie, and Warner Brothers will probably be extremely worried that Batman vs Superman is going to be going up against the third Captain America movie. Now, If you're new to my channel and you just can't wait until Age of Ultron comes out or until the Batman vs Superman comes out, then don't worry, you don't have to wait. You can just click right here because I've already created my own fan versions of what both of those movies will be. However, Age of Ultron is being uploaded as weekly episodes and there are still 2 episodes left until that story finishes. So click here, jump on that if you're new to the channel, but if you're not new to the channel, then you would have noticed that I have a new snazzy intro at the start of this video, and that intro was made by an awesome fan called Law of Gaming. Thank you, Law of Gaming. I really love the new intro. It's much better than the one I had before. So if you guys out there want to check out Law of Gaming's channel, where he does gaming stuff, obviously, click right here, and until next time, I'll see you later.